Hello, howdy, hey, and welcome to Disney Night Live. Happy 2025, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. What's going on? We got Becky and Mike hanging out with me tonight. We may have Animal Kingdom Aaron and I think that's going to be it for the night. Joining us, I did something over here on my Instagram live, and now the screen is dark. I don't know what happened. Oh, I think I know what happened. Huh? Who knows? Well, I can't fix it now, can I? We're live. So, what's going on, everybody? Happy New Year again. Hello, T9. Hello to Kim. Hello, Lily. I hope everybody had a terrific, all around great holidays. So many festivities going on. Hello, Jeff Carr. Jeff Carr, welcome to the Travelmation family. Jeff Carr is now a travel advisor with Travelmation, as so am I. Welcome to the team and the family. I hope everybody just had a terrific, holiday break and is having so far 4 days in a happy, healthy, 2025 here. I don't know about you guys, but I could see you on Instagram. Oh, hello to you, SB24E. Cool. Yeah, I don't know what I did to my screen here. If I refresh it, am I gonna make a boo-boo on Instagram Live? I don't know. I tried to post a hello on Instagram Live and I hit the wrong button. I hit the little triangle button. And now it won't go back, but we're still there. So I'm not going to mess with that. And I'm going to let everything else do its thing. So Becky and Mike, how was your holidays, and how's the family and everyone doing?
Good. Everybody's safe. I had a safe holiday.
Yeah, it was good. It was very quiet. We just kind of relaxed. We saw my in-laws Christmas Eve, then Christmas Day we stayed home. I had dinner. I had my mom and my one brother and his family over, and then we always, every year for Christmas, I have everybody, all my brothers, their families, my mom, my dad, my stepmother, everybody over the Saturday after Christmas. So I usually have about 20 people in my house.
Oh, wow.
And have a huge dinner. So this year we had it twice because we had my brother and my mom over Christmas Day and then that one on Saturday. And then New Year's Eve, well, I was very disappointed, I have to say, this year. It was the first year. And I was like, please tell me this isn't how 2025 is going to start, which is such a Disney fan thing to say. But like,
right.
we every year we watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks, the countdown on the fireworks for the New Year's live on TV. And I could not find it. And I was like, what the heck? No matter what I did, I looked everywhere. And I got Epcot's, but I didn't get Magic Kingdom.
We had to watch Epcot.
I know, it was like...
It's still phenomenal.
Yeah, he's like, oh, that's great. It's still great. And I'm like, no, it isn't. It's not as good as Magic Kingdom. I was disappointed because I really loved it.
That's the tradition we do. But nobody posted it live. So.
And if you've ever watched Epcot's or Magic Kingdom's is by far like way better than Epcot. So, I got to Countdown and it was Disney style, but it wasn't like my traditional. Boo-hoo, I know, first world problems, but
but I mean, it's some people watch the ball drop, some people watch, different things. And I saw somebody posted they were at Hollywood Studios and they had a countdown in front of the Chinese theater. And Epcot. But I wonder if are these links available on like Disney parks, or where does Disney make it available to stream? I wonder.
Well, on YouTube, I don't know where Disney does, but on YouTube it was like Resort TV was one of them.
Resort TV 1, yeah.
Yeah, and something Parks, RV Parks or something like that. Like I forget what it was. It was something Parks. Is another one that had it on live. I don't know. And then they had a lot of streaming to the New Year's Eve ones, and I was like, that's not the same because they're already done over with. That was the day before, but.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is, but I didn't get to see my Magic Kingdom like I normally
do. True. Kim just has a good question. Why isn't it on Disney Plus? Seriously.
I don't know. I thought that too.
I don't know why they don't post it on there.
It is their streaming thing.
Come
on, Disney. Let's go.
Get with it.
Get it together, man. You're already shooting off $100,000 in fireworks in 1 day.
Yeah.
I mean, why not stick a camera out in front of it and film it?
Right. Yeah. Or, Resort TV 1 always does a great job because I watched theirs before.
Yeah.
We have to stop doing their jobs.
That's the thing I was going to say. Why don't they just let Resort TV One do it and partner with them and put it on like Disney Plus? It's like brought to
if they
you
need
by
anything,
Resort
they can
TV
call
One.
us.
Yeah.
They can call us
I
if
mean,
they need. We're here for.
Seriously, come on. Yeah, I mean, for us as a family, the most important thing is always getting through the holiday break, healthy. And so we did that this year, which is great. That same thing, had family over and entertained and did stuff. And today we de-Christmas the house. I have a couple more bins to put away in the back of the basement, but it's like it never happened except the tree needs to be thrown out. It's a fake Christmas tree because we have cats, but it's seen better days with Baloo the cat crawling in it and breaking the branches. So that's going to go out tomorrow, and then after that there'll be like Christmas never happened in this house for a year.
Yeah, and then next year we're going to be like, I can't believe it's Christmas already.
I know. Hello to SB24E. If you're still watching, I hope you're having a good New Year so far. They said that we could see you on Instagram. I don't see anybody else joining in an Instagram live, but I do see you as well. And I hope everybody in the chat had a really good group of holidays there. I got off. I took off Christmas Eve from work, and then I was off until the 2nd of January. Kim was off. Alden was off from school. So, it's a lot of time. Nobody hurt each other.
Oh, that's always a plus.
Yeah,
right
it's always
there.
good. We survived. Go ahead.
What did how many days did you guys have off for school? Like how did the kids fare with that? Did they have to go back on that Thursday, or are they still off?
No, Calder went back on the 2nd, I think Thursday.
Wow.
And he got out of school. He had a half a day. 22nd or 23rd? 23rd,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah.
Our kids had off from the 19th. Well, the 19th was their last day, and they are still off.
Wow.
They're still
off.
Go
back Monday?
They go back Monday.
Oh, my goodness.
And we're expecting the snow.
Yeah, we're expecting snow here.
Monday, so I doubt that.
Yeah, I know there's a storm coming in, and Kim was hoping it would hit us, but it's not. It's going to hit south of us.
Yeah.
But for you guys, so maybe the kids will no school on Monday either.
It's looking likely. I don't know. I mean, it's also a little bit south of us too, but we are supposed to get like about 1 to 2 inches, which our school, I mean, I know 1 to 2 inches isn't a lot, and a lot of people go to school at that, but our school, I mean, it shuts down with the threat of snow, let alone actual snow. Because we never have snow days anymore. They're only just virtual days. So it doesn't matter. To them, it counts as a day. So they might as well just not. Yeah, so they might as well not send the kids so they don't.
Right. Well, maybe the kids will get a whole nother day. Lily John says her grandkids have had 2 weeks off. And T9 says she hasn't been to Disney once this entire year yet. That's very.
Oh, darn it.
I know, us either.
You're slacking, T9.
Seriously. I know. You got to get with it.
Yeah.
Not yet.
We're all slacking.
Yeah.
We're working on ours.
There's always a plan, right?
Yeah. I'm planning my next Disney trip while I'm at Disney usually.
Yeah, I'm always thinking about it. SB24E on Instagram Live says, always sad to take it down. I did have a good holiday. Good for you. Good. I'm glad. And they don't have a trip planned either. I know it's sad. Kim says, your teachers are lucky. We went until the Monday before Christmas Eve and went back Thursday. So,
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's typical. That's what we usually do. And in fact, I had a customer in my chair the other day, and I asked her if she was a teacher through a different school district, and they had off as well. And I said, do you know if like the districts all talk to each other? Because I would have not thought, like, in fact, when I did see the schedule, I was like, that can't be right. That's not right. Like that they had that many days off. And then the fact that all these schools had that many days off, I was like, oh, okay, I guess it is. But I was like, how they must talk to each other, because there's no way that they all like looked at that and was like, let's give them the extra 2 days before and the extra 2 days after. You know what I mean? Like, it was just such a bizarre thing.
Right. Yeah, it's weird how it all works out. T9 says her crew went through the 20th and got back on Monday. Oh, wow. Nice. I would love to spend Christmas through New Year's at Disney, and I would love to do. I say it every year. I want to do New Year's Eve at Epcot 1 year, just 1 year.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I would really enjoy being there over that break. Well, one day we could all dream. Let's talk real quick about a couple things, and one, as always, is our friends over at D Magic World, right? And I don't know about you guys, but I did, here in the house, we did a lot of listening to our friends at dmagicworld.com with that streaming Disney music, 24/7. That is, just the amount of just fun, festive Christmas music from the parks that they played, and got me through the holiday and here at the house and just decorating or, enjoying our time. So please check out our friends over at D Magic World. Don't forget that you can request what you want to hear on the parks station side. There is the Disney.
I'm going to have to put a request in to hear the New Year's countdown. Maybe they could do the New Year's countdown on their channel.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Seriously. Disney, you can use D Magic World too.
That's true.
Yeah. Visit the Now That's Disney tab there on their homepage. It takes you right to our Facebook group if you don't belong there. And put in that request and let them know. So dmagicworld.com, our sponsor, our friends, 24/7 streaming Disney music magic. Hello to Leslie Sims. How are you? We hope you're having a good evening and a good start to your 2025. I'm also going to pip myself a little bit. I came up with a new slogan for my travel stuff. So for those of you who don't know, or even if you do know, maybe you want to use me as a travel advisor. I am a travel advisor through Travelmation. I could help you plan all sorts of different vacations and trips. But I do like to specialize in Disney because that's my area of expertise. That's what I know. And I came up with a new slogan. I don't know if you guys are going to like this, but I've been posting it. When I advertise, I can help you take the hassle out of the castle.
Ah, nice.
Right?
That's cool.
Yeah, we can make it a worry-free vacation. Booking through me, my services are free to you. Of course, I don't pay for your trip. I don't pay for any of that. But booking through me and my advice and my planning and all that, and taking the hassle out of the castle. That's what I'm here for. And I could get you on a cruise. I can get you anywhere you want to go. Travelmation offers so many different destinations and packages through so many different vendors. Yeah, I'm here for you. I can even book you over at Universal. We could do something like that. It's crazy, I know. But so yeah, check me out. I'm at DavidPicciano at Travelmation.net. That is how you would get in touch with me. And let's see if it's on here. Yeah, there it is. It's at the bottom of this cool little picture of me. I took this at the Poly. I got up super early. Kim and Colton still sleeping during one of our stays, and went over to the lobby, had my coffee, took a snapshot. DavidPicciano at Travelmation.net. Thank you, SB24E. Definitely keep me in mind. I'm always here to help for advice. My friend Scott Felmar called me yesterday to say hello. He's been on the show before, and he had some questions, and people do that quite often. They'll ask questions. The other night, Becky, you had a question about DVC. So it's always good to bounce stuff off of each other and see if, you can help each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's what we're here for. That's what Now That's Disney and Disney Now That is here for. I guess maybe I call me old or maybe I'm bitter, but there's so many different like Disney groups or Disney people that don't like help each other, in the community. It is a community. We're all doing the same stuff. Some do it a lot better than others. We're all, yeah. Listen, if there's Disney news, we're all talking about it. It's not like anyone has like the inside, but
right.
So, if you could help somebody out with planning or whatever, do it. And you're not inventing the wheel. So we're here to help. That's what we're doing. I don't know if Aaron's going to make it. I guess not. I haven't heard from him. So it looks like Three's company tonight.
That's okay.
Come knock on my door.
We'll be waiting for you.
You guys, we love that show. That was like one of the best shows ever.
Yeah, it was a
Three's
good one.
Company. What I don't know if there's I haven't seen like any other news before we talk about what we're going to talk about tonight, which is 2025 Disney predictions. Maybe next week we do like a best of 2024. Kevin Nicholson, what up? Maybe next week we could do that, or we can, even if we have time tonight, come up with best of 2024. But we're going to talk about Disney predictions for 2025. It's something we got in the habit of doing every year. It's like an annual show, like our Festivus. But I haven't seen like any Disney news come out, other than Tally the Elf and crew. Hey, Kevin, gave their final. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was really cute how they did it on the final parade on the 31st. Tally and the Bears and some of the other elves were walking off stage by the firehouse. And they turned around, they went arm in arm, they took a bow, and then they all yelled, and he pointed his pencil and said, naughty. So they kind of did a little finale, and it was really cute.
That's cute. I missed it.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I haven't seen like anything going on right now. No big news, other than what we're gonna chat about tonight. And I was hoping some other folks would be on, but Jason, Skipper J he messaged, and I don't know, I guess Bluey is a Disney product, because Jay says he thinks Bluey's going to be coming to the parks by the summer.
Well, they did announce that Disney was going to be taking Bluey to the parks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did announce that. So
I didn't know that they owned it.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, it's on Disney Plus.
So maybe one of the things that they purchased in the past, whatever Bluey runs on, because there's so many things, I mean, they've got the Simpsons, right? And they've got all that stuff because they bought Fox. So, but yeah, all right. So he predicted something that's already going to happen. So, it's Skipper J to you. So that's what I say to you. Come up with better predictions. I predict that's going to happen already.
He said that he thinks it's going to come to parks when?
By summer.
By summer. Okay. I don't remember when they said they were going to bring him to the park. Maybe he's thinking he's just trying to give a timeline for it.
Right. So Jeff Carr says, I'm guessing that it'll be a Bluey and Bingo meet and greet in Animation Courtyard at Hollywood Studios. Okay, that's a good prediction. I could tell you that Colton's boxing coach, Coach Mark over at Corner Coach Boxing, he's got a little guy and he loves Bluey, but he'll tell me he's like, some of the episodes are kind of like, he's like, first of all, Bluey's really good, he says, and then some of the episodes get you a little emotional, a little.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've never seen it, but that's the thing. That's the show for kids these days, huh?
Well, it's really, really well made. It keeps kids attentive to it, and they really are drawn to it. But it also teaches everyday real things that isn't, what I mean, things that we don't really typically see on children's cartoons or anything like that. But yeah, they have some ones that are it gets you in the feels for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, yeah, because he got a little one. I guess it's all relevant. I mean, for us, it was, Sesame Street and Paw Patrol and, there were so many of them. Oh my God. And Yo Gabba Gabba and all that nonsense.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yo Gabba Gabba was crazy. I had heard, and I don't know if this is true, but the guy who created, did you guys hear this about Yo Gabba Gabba? The guy who created Yo Gabba Gabba was on acid.
I 1000% believe that.
Yes, for sure.
Right, in a dorm room or something like that, or him and another person were tripping, and that's how the concept for Yo Gabba Gabba came up.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
It does make sense. So
that was one of those shows that I felt stupider when I was done watching it. Then it's starting. It was like, what is this?
I just sit and laugh.
Yeah,
that
stuff was crazy. We used to really there was one with animals. The Wonder Pets, maybe. And then they always celebrate it at the end of the episode with celery.
Yes, that was the Wonder Pets.
Yeah, the Wonder Pets.
Don't get me started. I could start singing that song. It gets in my head, and then I'm like,
I know that song. Yeah, I know. I kind of miss
the underwater one.
Oh, Bubble Guppies.
Yeah.
Oh, Bubble Guppies. Yeah. Yeah, Colby used to watch that, and there was Flounder, and it was like, what time is it? And they would do the
time for lunch.
Time for lunch,
It's stuck in my head now.
My friend,
gonna have an earworm until tomorrow afternoon.
The episodes are super relatable. Hello to Dave Averino. Hi from Toronto. Disney Flower Festival is awesome. Oh, cool. Hello to you over in Toronto, and Happy New Year to you. So, yeah, I love how it's me. It's definitely me. I drive us off the rail sometimes into these different directions. But Bluey got me into, a little trip down memory lane. But what do you guys have on your 2025 list of predictions?
I'm going to be honest with you. This one was a tough one for me because I feel like, Disney, I just feel like it's either always well, we promised this when it never happens, or it comes out of the blue and you're like, where'd that come from? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just harder for me to pin it down where I can be like, well, I foresee this happening. No, the predictions don't have to be true.
No, it doesn't have to be true. You could just say you think you're predicting Disney. It could even be something financially. It could be, you might think they may acquire another company, or their stock will go up or down, any kind of, but it's like, so you can have fun with it too. But like, I understand what you're saying, Becky. This is the hardest year when I went to write down my predictions, of writing them down and saying what I think they're going to do as a company. So you're either getting blue sky ideas, or just overnight, all of a sudden they're like, boom, this is going to happen.
Yeah. Like, we have a Lightning Lane premiere. And it's like, where'd that come from?
Seriously. I'm not sure where they're going, what direction. So of course, we always want to deliver an honest show, and sometimes there's a negative impact. But, as I was thinking, like, I started the group and I started the show because I love Disney so much. And it's like, okay, I decide to go and I decide to give them my money. And I think sometimes not just us, but a lot of people go off on like costs. And it's like, there's a cost factor, but again, we decide, like, somebody who complained about going or how expensive the parks are, but they have an annual pass, and it's like, well, that's your choice, right? So, let's see. Dave
I will say, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to read a comment from Dave Averino. He says, have you ever been at Disneyland or Disney World? Disney World, yes. Disneyland, no. So we go to Disney World almost every year, David, and Mike and Becky. Have you guys been to Disneyland?
Not yet.
No, we're planning 2027. Remember, we said you're going to be our travel agent because we need your help.
Yes, that's right. I can help get you guys there. That's DavidPicciano at travelmation.net.
We're going to go do Disneyland, and then we're jumping over to Aulani.
Aulani, yeah. So we're going to need your help on that for sure.
Do both.
Yeah, Aulani is another. Another dream. This is something I've been predicting like since it went away. Maybe it's just me wishful thinking. I think at some point Disney's going to bring back a version of the Magical Express or the Magical Express again.
That was one of them that I was in my head. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel like
it was in my head also, and I didn't write it down. But I think that will come.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I think it enhances the trip.
It definitely enhances the trip.
For sure.
It kicks it off.
I think it's just, I was just going to say, it feels like it's like the minute you step on that bus, you're just like in that bubble, you're in that moment. It's like, I'm on vacation the minute you stepped on that bus. And it is something that, we Uber a lot because we go into a smaller airport. So we Uber from the airport to our resorts. And, it's not the same, even though we've had some beautiful Uber drivers who's helped us, and said like, oh, well, in fact, when Reflections before the lodge on the, is it Lake House on the, what is it? Lodge on the lake?
Lakeshore Lodge now.
Okay, yeah.
Camp Crystal Lake.
So it was before when it was supposed to be like Camp Crystal. I just felt that.
You just got it.
So it was before when it was still before they talked about that, and they were talking about reflections, and we had an Uber driver was telling us all about, like, you know, reflections and what had happened. So they do try, and they try to get you involved in them, but it's not the same. Like they showed you these videos, and they're like, this might be your resort, or you're gonna stay here, this magical vacation, and it was just like, it filled you. It was like such a beautiful feeling.
The buses were themed.
Yeah,
it just felt like you were already there.
Yeah.
And there's a bathroom. There was a bathroom on the bus. So, you know, and you're not coming out of the airport trying to catch an Uber, or, you know, and this past year we used Happy Limo, 2024. Yeah, we used Happy Limo, which was great, you know, but the Magical Express was also part of it. So you can call it free, but it was included. And it's just one of those things that I think that if they want to maybe get back in the good graces of some people, especially the people who go more than once, not just your one and dones, you know, the Magical Express would be something nice. And the videos were quirky with that actor who used to be on, you know, in Hollywood Studios, and he was one of the street actors, and it was just kind of fun and cute, and a good way to kick it off. Lily John says that would be nice if Magical Express could come back. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think I saw on a post on one of the Facebook.
You guys are in charge, by the way. I'm grabbing a beer, so you're running the show.
Okay.
That's fine. We can do that.
A Facebook post on one of my groups that I'm on, that it was talking about how Disney had put out an announcement that they, with their, I don't know if it was their stocks or whatever their financial things were showing this past year weren't to their standards. So they were adding some things to, you know, more incentives and stuff. So I think they are, I think hopefully we can get some of these things. They were things that we had before. I wish I would have saved the post, because I just glanced at it when I was at work, and I didn't think to, you know, to look over it, but I knew I did see some of the things that we had before. And they were saying on the post, like, well, hopefully they're listening to people. So Magical Express would be beautiful.
Yeah, you know, and so I think, I know they did. They hired Craig Porter. You know, he used to work at the Diz for years, right? And but he used to go to like these panels that Disney would do with some sort of Disney executives or whatever, and they would listen to certain people they invited about what they thought about the direction of the parks, I guess, and suggestions or however it was done. But they actually hired him. And I think, you know, if they're doing that, that tells me they are listening, whether or not they implement stuff based on that, you know, whether or not they listen to some show like Disney Night Live or the Diz or, you know, whoever it is. But yeah, they you know, they took some things away from us that were nice. Again, the fast passes and all that. But I think they're too far gone in the direction of making money off of lightning lanes and stuff like that. And all the other parks do it. But one thing Disney did and did well was the transportation aspect of it. So I think I don't understand. Okay. So the person commenting from YouTube, David Averino, is asking questions, but I think I'm getting fished here for something. But he actually says, "Do you have Disney Coffee Blend or Christmas Blend?" So I'm intrigued because, you know, Mike, you too. We love coffee. So. Yes. But then says, are you using an iPhone 16 to game live? So yeah, I think I'm definitely being fished, but the coffee question piques my interest. So, you know, right now I'm just drinking some Stella, which is not coffee. But we Mike and I, big coffee fans. But yeah. I'm not falling for your banana in the tailpipe there.
Yeah. Pretty soon I'll be asking, what's your social security number again?
Yeah. You know
What's your bank account?
Message me. I'll send that to you after the show. Hello to somebody else who just joined over on Instagram Live. And again, we're Disney Night Live. We're talking 2025 Disney predictions. What else do you guys have? What do you think may happen? Could happen?
So I have to just, I want to say, like, I think it was 4 or 5 episodes ago with us, I had made a prediction kind of that I thought that when this Lightning Lane Premiere Pass came out and people like lost their minds over it, I said we had a conversation on our podcast here that whether we thought it was going to stay or not. And I said that I absolutely think it's going to stay, because I think what's going to happen is people are going to have their once in a lifetime trip. They're already spending thousands of dollars on this trip. So like, why spend, $8, $9, $10,000 on a trip to not be able to do the things that they want? And, they don't want to stand in line after they've spent all this money. And what's another $1,000? And I know it sounds stupid to say what's another $1,000, but seriously, when you've done a $20,000 trip, what is another $1,000? Because you want to enjoy that $20,000 that you just spent, and
if you're only doing it once, the money really doesn't matter.
And also I said, if you're a planner, like, before we were DVCs and stuff, we planned very strategically on our trips because we wanted to make sure we got everything, that we wanted to do. You can book these trips out by putting a $200 deposit down on Disney, and then pay payment plans. And if you're paying payment plans and like monthly this is coming out, and you're adding that extra, say $1,000 or $1,500, it's coming out in micro payments. Then you're not even really seeing it. So I felt like it wasn't going to go anywhere. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I did have a client in my chair yesterday. I've mentioned it before, but I'm a stylist, so just when everybody's trying to figure out what the heck I do for a living. But I had a client in my chair, and we were talking. She had mentioned to her son that she's like, "Oh, pretty soon we get to pick our extra magic hours." And I had popped up, and I was like, "Ooh, you're speaking my language. I know you're talking Disney." And so I was like, "Oh, you go to Disney." So we started talking, and I had our son. We were doing hair, and she had said that very exact thing. She was like,
Really?
"I'm already spending the money." She's like, I know that it's a lot of money. Yeah. She's like, I understand it's a lot of money, but I'm doing this once, and I am not going to spend hours.
Everybody says they're going to do it once.
Yeah.
We said we were going to do it once too. Now we do whatever.
But there are legitimate people who only do it once.
That's exactly us.
I mean, we are privileged to be able to do the things we are. We can't forget that. But
but those people that only do it once are doing something else that, you know what I mean, the next time. They're going somewhere else, and they're spending probably just as much, if not more money. They're just not choosing to go back to Disney. We decide that's right.
Exactly. And that's her choice. I'm just saying, like, she 100% said exactly what I had said. And she's like, "Oh yeah, we just we put maybe plans out as soon as it came out. We divided it up into plans. Now, of course, for them it wasn't a year out because it didn't come out that long ago, and they're going in March. So, but for someone who is doing it a year, in advance or even longer, because I believe you can book longer than a year.
Yeah, it should be like a finance, pay off, when you pay off your trip, you can include this. Yeah, you can't book them until whatever 7 days out or however much time. But yeah, it would be nice to have that aspect of it. It's like buying a really expensive car and then saying, you know what, I'm just not going to go to $2 a month for the sunroof.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think that's kind of how you look at this. Yeah. Right. Or maybe I don't need the mud rugs or something. Like, you're already spending, this much money. What is a couple dollars a month on top of it? And it's one of the things I wrote down in the back of my card here. I think Disney's going to make more changes or tweaks to the Lightning Lane service. I don't think they're done, because remember, this is, although they haven't said anything when they put this out, it's still a
demo.
Test, right. A demo. Yeah. So although it seems to be going well, I still think maybe there'll be some tweaks to it. So that's another one of my predictions. It ties into your conversation. About it. Hello, Jessica L. Denny. SB24E says, I love Joffrey's. Getting back to Dave's question about coffee. I love Joffrey's too, and would like for Joffrey's to be a sponsor. But maybe we're not at Joffrey's level yet, but maybe one day. Jeff Carr says, I'm hoping we get an announcement the Skyliner is going to be expanded to Animal Kingdom area.
Oh, praise awesome. Jesus. I would love that.
Yeah, right? That'd be really cool.
It would be.
I have to.
Saratoga Springs, Animal Kingdom, Old Key West, they're all in that area.
Right.
So it really could be.
You could put a hub somewhere in between them.
Mm-hmm. One of those resorts, and
because you could take a bus to in between. Just run a bus, and all it has to do is put a hub between Animal Kingdom, Old Key
wouldn't
West,
need to. You could put a hub at one of those resorts.
Yeah, unless you need to,
Old Key or Saratoga, because they're so big.
Yeah.
Unless
it's far away, but that would be excellent to ride Skyliner all the way from Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of where the current Skyliner. I'm gonna have to look at an aerial map too now when we're done, because now I'm curious about how that is and where Animal Kingdom falls in, and then what other resorts would branch off, because then you could put a hub and go. You know what I mean? It might be economically worth it for them.
Well, it is. Animal Kingdom is right behind Animal Kingdom Lodge. So, and then Saratoga Springs and Old Key West are right in that area as well. That's
now, how about where the
general area.
Current ones run? Because they go to Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Pop, Art of Animation, Caribbean Beach.
Right.
So I'm trying to think where, kind of how that all works.
Yeah, I think if they put one in at Animal Kingdom, we wouldn't be able to take one to get to one. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think you would still have to.
A total separate thing, maybe?
Yeah, it'd have to be a whole separate thing that, would maybe, take
a few.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm okay with that. I love riding Skyliner.
Yeah, I've never been on it, but I would love to ride it. I'm just looking something up for Kevin, who asked about cruises. Kevin is saying, is Disney Cruise Line offering 50% off for kids on their ships with Disney Plus subscription? I know I posted it in the group recently, Kevin, and I could find it for you probably after the show and send it to you. But I know there was a discount. There's also a discount, I think, in the parks right now for the Disney Plus offer as well, or like a free dining at Walt Disney World for that if you get the park hopper. But I'll look that up after the show. Let's see what else. I know Jay sent us some more. What else do you guys have? Do you have let's hear what the Disney duo may have to offer.
I think they're going to bring DAS back to some capacity more than they are now.
To what they changed it to?
Yeah, from previous to what they changed to currently, I think they're going to bring it back to some capacity.
So like a more inclusive to not just people with cognitive disabilities.
Right. Like people that are dying, like legitimately dying.
Right. Or disabled. They're
turning away.
Physically. Right. Yeah.
And I think that's something that, because one of the things I thought that Disney did so well was their compassion to just people with disabilities.
That's exactly it right there. Yeah.
And that was one thing that was one of the reasons why we go back every year.
Yeah, us too.
As you know, our situation and yours is very similar. It's great that somebody cares enough about our family situation. You know what I mean? It makes it more accommodating for us.
It's another one of those things that, it made us feel really comfortable at Disney, again,
us as well. Yes.
Right. Like you kind of felt part of something, and that they went out of your way to help, and it's gotten over the past couple of years, it's gotten to the point where the help seems less, or the people just aren't as nice about it, or accommodating, and then stripping it away from all the other people that fall into a disabled category. They need to do something about that.
I realize like these are predictions, and like he said, they're not necessarily true. They're just what we hope. I personally don't think they're going to change much about the DAS. That's me. I think with them having the multiple different levels of Lightning Lane, because it's not just about the $400 one. They still have the other Lightning Lane. That only costs,
what is it? They have the.
It's just the Lightning Lane multi-pass, and then they have the Lightning Lane Premier Pass. Yes. So the multi-pass is still there, and it's not as expensive. It's only, I say only. I mean, I remember when it first came out, it was like $27 per person per park. That's insane. And now it's like $400, for the other one. But I mean, it is still.
You're reeling those words back in now.
Yeah, I put it out there in the universe. So I shouldn't have did that. Yeah. But the multi-pass is very, very similar to the DAS. I mean, when we did it, when we were at Magic Kingdom, it is exactly the same process. It's just paid now.
That's a good point. So they're saying, listen, we know we used to do this for you, but there's an option, and there's a cost, but it's not that, it's available to you. So although we took something away again for free, here it is. Yeah, you're right. So like Lightning Lane multi-pass at Animal Kingdom one day could be 19.
Right.
Magic Kingdom could be 27. Excuse me. Yeah.
So I don't foresee them getting rid of it personally.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Or just keeping it the way it is now, where it's just cognitive disabilities, and also extremely, I guess, just more strict.
It's very strict, because there's so many people I hear on a disability for Disney disability pages and stuff, and even multiple people who have children with cognitive disabilities are also getting denied for it. So I think it's it's not just like, well, they have autism, or they have something that of equal level, that they're just, you don't automatically get a pass just because that's the case.
Right.
So I definitely think that it's just, I think they just realized, well, people are going to pay for this exact same thing. And if we made something like the Premier Pass that is so astronomically high, this little one here is like, well, people are going to be like, oh, well, I won't argue that one. That one I'll do. You know what I mean? So
I wish everything was like Slurpee economics,
Right.
Like the difference between the giant one and the other size is like 5 cents. Like everything should be Slurpee economics,
Right.
Yeah. Like, no, it's like $27 to $400. Okay, well, that's not even close. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
If it was like that, I'd take the big one every time.
I take the right, exactly. But I mean, you'd get my money at least, I'd be going for Premier all the time. What
do you got?
Do you have any, David, of your own?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's much of a like a prediction or a grasp, but I think we're going to hear at some point soon that Iger plans to step down within 2025 to 2026, which again, I don't think is any shock, and probably will name his successor.
Didn't he announce he was going to do it in 2026?
2026, and I'm wondering if that'll be announced this year. That he'll say, this is the person replacing him.
Right.
So I don't know.
Do you think it's going to be like a Josh D'Amaro, or?
I would love it to be, but I think if that was going to happen, it would have already happened.
Maybe they're just grooming him a little longer.
Still, yeah. It must take a long time to really be, but I would think he would know the aspects of everything. So I don't know. I'm wondering if it's not going to be him and they're not sure. Because I also thought that I can't remember her name now. She was a possibility.
Yeah, there was a woman. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, and I think she was more of a possibility than Josh. So, you know,
isn't she the same one? Hold on, I think it's coming back to me. I'm pretty sure she was the one that kind of like fat shamed people about the Disney dining plan.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah, she was saying like basically like the Disney dining plan was like you got what you needed, and if you needed more, you were too fat. You shouldn't be eating it.
Wow. Seriously,
like it was like, yeah,
I'm
it
not
was
sure
awful.
she should be the person then.
Yeah, I remember it was a huge thing that was said. And we're like, what that?
Kevin says Dana Walden.
Okay, I don't remember her name.
Yeah, me neither. And that one's not ringing a bell. Yeah, that one's not ringing a bell. Interesting. Yeah, no, we shouldn't have her in charge of the promos or the free dining plan stuff.
Yeah, definitely not.
You've had too many Mickey bars.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
She tells me that every day. We go down every day. We're at the park. That's too many. That's too many.
Oh yeah.
That's because we pay for them.
Well, right. Dana, Jeff Carr says Dana Walden is involved on the TV movie production side. Isn't it on the Disney Cruise Line? Can't you just like get as many as you want? Like it's included. Like because I see people like back in their room with like 5. You know, yeah.
I would build a mansion out of sticks. Out of all the sticks.
Well, I know
that's how many I would eat in a week. Yeah. I mean, it would be absurd. Like absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
No, like the castle, like the entire park built out of sticks. Because it's absurd how much
I know if you get the if you end up getting like the Roy or the Walt suites, they will fill your entire refrigerator with Mickey bars if you want them to.
Yeah, you should.
They'll just fill the entire refrigerator.
And the answer to that would be yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know what it is about the Mickey bar, but that chocolate to me, it's just delicious.
It's good, but I actually like the sandwich more. And I know Colton would like wring my neck if he heard me say that.
Oh my God, yeah.
I like the sandwich better.
If he saw you choose that over the Mickey Premium Ice Cream Bar, and we don't just order like the Mickey bar, we say Mickey Premium Ice Cream Bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, I hope you don't sleep well tonight. Like his YouTube video.
when he saw,
I wish you all good night, except for these people.
Except for these people. When he saw a big fat panda choose a sandwich over the ice cream bar at Epcot the one day, I thought his head was going to explode. He just couldn't.
I know he was appalled. You said
he was appalled. He was appalled by it, and it was just like classic. And it was just like Colton. Some people do like the sandwich. It's like,
yeah, I'm one of them.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't agree with Colton. I'm totally in that camp.
Yeah, I love the bar. You know,
me too.
I can have an ice cream sandwich anytime. I cannot have a Mickey Premium Ice Cream Bar anytime. And I know it's just vanilla and chocolate, but
it's something about the chocolate on.
Yeah.
Different in a good
way. Yeah. Kim says LOAO. He says premium. But you guys, do you have another prediction?
I have 2. We wrote our own, so
good. Yeah.
So I think I'll save the more controversial one for later, I guess. I think that Disney, I think they're going to change the Flight of Passage scenery in the actual scene.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Because these movies are coming out now. We already had The Way of Water, and now in what Rowan just told us it was going to be the end of 2025, I think, is the third movie.
Hey, Colleen.
And I just keep thinking, the is it Disneyland Tokyo that has the Way of Water scene that's doing so well?
They do.
But I just think they may change the scene, and I think they should. Personally, I love it. Don't get me wrong; I absolutely do love it. But I mean, just to change it up a little bit, or maybe even do if they did it like where they did a Christmas layover, where they changed the scene every now and again. You know what I mean? I just think it would be neat.
Yeah, or like
or Soarin', like when you don't know which one you're gonna get. You know what I mean?
Or yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Star Tours. Like maybe they add several other different scenes.
Mhm.
I have thought about that before because Pandora, I forget what year it opened, but we are going on, some time here now with the same video. And although I could ride that thing all day and night,
Me
having
too.
a different scene with the same experience.
Yes, it'd be pretty cool. I think so. And
No, that's a great one. I love that one. Yeah. Mike, do you have a little prediction?
I have a huge prediction.
All right, let's hear it.
But I don't know if it'll come true. I hope it
crystallize.
D23, they announced a new park.
A fifth park.
Park.
Oh wow, like an actual different gate, not just like behind
an actual
Magic
different
Kingdom.
gate.
Yeah.
What its theme will be, I don't know. But I think there's too much pressure on Disney right now. Popping off all these new things, all these different new lands. And Universal's just kind of shooting from the hip. It's just like boom, 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 constant. So I think that Disney's going to step up and fire one.
Do you think they halt and
I think it'll be
announced? Do you think? I don't know how far it is the project, but I know they were clearing land behind Big Thunder Mountain. Do you think they halt that and stop that and just take the money and put it towards a fifth park with this? Or do you think they do that and a fifth gate?
I think that and a fifth gate.
Yeah, so they don't stop it. Yeah, because Big Thunder Mountain is going to be down for like a whole year. For this project. So that's also big too, because that's a popular ride at Disney World, Magic Kingdom.
It's a classic, old classic.
Right? Yeah, I love it. We love it as a family, and I like the fact that it's at the end of Magic Kingdom. There, you get to there and you can't go really any further back. So it takes people kind of out of the way and puts them into a different part of the park. So to be down a year is for me, it's a long time. SB24E says villains. So that's always been a talk for a fifth gate, villains, right?
I would love that.
My fifth gate idea is the rides of the past. So all the big ones that you talk about that everyone always says, oh, well, they took out Mr. Toad's and they took out the fifth park would be like Land of Yesteryear or something,
and they got to bring back 20,000 Leagues on it.
We got to bring back 20,000 Leagues, and it would be 4 sections in the park or 4 different lands, and they would represent each current park, but rides from the past in there. That's just my idea. Call me Disney, Josh, Bob, whoever.
I love that idea.
I
love a villains park idea too.
Yeah, villains park, but the villains is part of that whole, project they're doing behind Magic Kingdom. So I think they definitely listen to people, but they're giving it to them in a lesser scale. They're not giving them a whole parks where they're going to give us a land, right? So, I do think that's a great concept, and I also think that'll work really well, especially with the Halloween stuff, and just get more of that in there. So around the Halloween parade and Halloween time, you have this aspect of Magic Kingdom where people could really go and hang out. So
they start Halloween in August, so it runs kind of from August to almost Thanksgiving. There's a pretty good gap of time where they can really work that quite a few different ways.
Right. Yeah, definitely. It's a big part of it. Let's see. I'm just looking to see if there's any other comments. Kim says, Kevin, our friend, our old neighbor, Kevin, is here. So, Kevin, I'm looking at your old house right now through my basement window. You were talking about Epic or just Universal, Mike. So one of my predictions is that Epic Universe is not going to capture as much, and just as a prediction, as much as a lot of people think away from Disney, like the crowds. So I'm predicting they're going to take about a 10% capacity from Disney World crowds for somewhere around 6 to 10 months. And then I think things will normalize after that. But I don't think some people are like, oh, people are just going to go to the Epic Universe now and never go back to Disney. I don't think there's, if you're a Disney person, that's what I'm going to say. If you're a Disney person, there's nothing that's going to drive you away from Disney. I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I mean? If you drive a Ford all the time, you know, that's what you're going to stick with. I think, okay, you might visit Epic Universe to see it, but I don't think it's ever going to say, it's going to convince you to say, oh, Universal's better than Disney. So
I agree with you. I think I was going to say that I thought that the first year it was open, it may affect Disney. It may affect some of the capacities and stuff, but I agree. I don't know that it's going to be something that, you know, is going to, I think that people are going to do like they do. I mean, Universal's available now and they have 2 parks now. It really hasn't changed. And every time they opened a park there, it didn't really change our issue. And I think they'll just do what they do now. Like they'll take a 2-week trip and, you know, 3 of those days is going to be a Universal trip, you know, Universal time. And then the rest will be Disney, and maybe that just may be one trip. And then the next year be like, well, I'm not going to do Universal. We did it. But, you know, I mean, I agree with you, David.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to take a huge capacity away from them. You know, what some people think, but, and again, I've talked about this before, and I think we've all talked about it on here. There's a feeling that we get at Disney that I don't think I'm going to get at Universal. So Universal's cool, and you go and you do it, but you're not getting the magical feeling that Disney still gives me. And although they've taken away some things from us, I don't think I'm ever going to get that anywhere else. So that's just my prediction. But
they're about to take some more too.
What's that?
They're about to take some more with Tom Sawyer's.
Well, right, you know, you know, it's always changing, right? So it's always changing. And in order to put new things in, unfortunately, they have to take away things that we like. So I love Tom Sawyer's Island. I think it's but I've been there twice. So if you're going to give me a version of Cars Land and some other stuff, I'm okay with it. And it's like, you know, when we had Bob Weiss on not that long ago, you know, he said, like, you know, Walt, thinking was it's never complete. It's ever changing. You know, they're not museums.
And people, and people go in like upwards.
I agree with that too. Right. But I like the old nostalgia of Disney too. Once you take away all of it, what are you left with other than
you're left with this generation's memories is what you're left with.
Right. I agree with that. I'm just
so like when they're older, they're going to be like, oh, all these rides are
right, and I just don't like changing that. I feel like when there's so much land to produce, when Disney owns so much property. It's crazy.
Oh my God, yeah.
They could go this way or this way or this way with new things.
Yeah, so you
don't need to destroy all of what makes Disney Disney to us older or middle-aged people. So
yeah,
if we grew up with it, just fill in some more swampland and build something else. That's how they built Disney to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Is they filled in swampland and that's what they bought. A giant swampland and filled it all in with dirt. And they built on top of it.
It's like 28,000 acres or something like that. It's something insane they have, you know. But I know to them,
it's like 40 square miles.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane how much property.
They want the footprint to be a certain way and how it works and how do they keep people flowing through the parks and all that. You know, I understand there's a method to it that, you know, maybe we don't get. But I understand what you're saying.
You could build all the new people's, all the younger people's attractions out further away.
Yeah.
Because their legs are younger than mine. Just keep stuff close.
The fifth gate. It could be you know, nostalgia. It could be, you know, nostalgia land or something. Right.
I love it. I'd be there.
And the thing is, once they build it, they can just maintain it. You can't change it. You can't like put in Mr. Toad's Wild Ride and then take it out and put something else there. It can't work like that. This park is always going to be
where the rides come to die.
Right, where the rides come to die. Yeah. Like that's
where the rides come to die.
Yeah, that would be the idea.
I'll be a cast member.
This way, please. You it's 9:05. I don't know if you guys have time for one more. Becky, you said you had something that was kind of
I had one more. Yeah, well, I think so. I don't get me wrong. I think it's beautiful, and I love it myself. I don't think the new Poly building is going to do as well as they think it is.
Right.
I think they have this grandiose idea that people are gonna. I just think that the current DVC people are just going to use those rooms instead of using the other rooms.
Right.
And I don't know that it's actually going to be something that is going to generate a whole lot of like money for them.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can't you can go into other resorts, right? And I could go into the Riviera and I can't go into a room, but I mean, like I can go up to the Riviera, it's top floor, and look around, and I can look at the building, and I can look at all the art. They don't allow you to do that in Poly unless you have a reservation or a room.
Your band or scan card, right? Yeah, you can't go up.
So I mean, people can't even just go to the resort to look or have lunch. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna have to. Well, I'm sure you can have lunch because I think I'm sure that'll be something that right. But I mean, like you can't do what you can do at other resorts with it, unfortunately. Like going out, seeing those pretty overlooks and stuff like that. So yeah. I mean, I think it's beautiful, and I would like to see it, but again, unless we're staying there, and the availability, I looked online, they have availability, which I would have thought at this. Yeah, I would have thought at this point they would have hardly any availability since it's so new. But
people are just walking into Wailulu Bar and Grill right now with not needing a reservation. It's like wide open, and so there was some coverage by like vloggers and stuff, but not a crazy amount. And I didn't see a lot of. And again, it's still new, but there wasn't a lot of foot traffic there. So nothing's ever going to give me the feeling the original Poly does, right?
Yeah.
So because that's more classic Polynesian. Will I go to the new tower? Yes. Will I probably try to stay there with our points? Yes. Just because of the experience, but nothing's ever going to be what's currently and was.
And people said, oh, it's open and it's bright and it's this but I think they underestimated the fact that people liked that old tradition, that old dark wood, and you know what I mean.
Animal kingdom, I love it.
But
feel that earthy feel to it.
Yeah, they had put like an announcement out about because they're having in 2025 they're redoing Animal Kingdom.
That's the next on the list, right? DVC.
Yeah, right. And so we're super excited about it, but they had put it on the list that they were like, we heard that you don't like the dark, dingy this and that. And I'm like, no, but we do. Absolutely do. Like, don't take that away. And people like in the comments just literally went like berserk. They're like, no, don't take that away. You didn't hear us right then. Like, so we're really nervous about that. But I think the same thing with the Poly. I think people, it's not that it's not pretty. It is very pretty. And I do really like it. But I think a lot more people like the old, Poly.
Yeah, no, I definitely do. I mean, listen, I love the concept. I love how it's modern. I know what they were going for. They were going for a mix between, and it's an island tower, so it's supposed to give a different vibe than the original traditional Polynesian. And again, I'm going to go. I want to try the food. I want to see there. I'm probably going to try to stay there. But some of the things you didn't give people a reason to visit if they're not staying there. So the Polynesian people go there all the time. There's stores, there's Ohana. You put in a bar and grill that it's not going to draw people in. There's no store shopping.
No, and that bar and grill does like in breakfast, it's just literally like muffins.
Right.
You can't go and have a breakfast.
That's got to change.
Yeah. I also feel like they missed out a huge opportunity by not bringing back is it the luau dinner that they had that show? I really think they should have put that in the new Poly.
I thought when they were building it, the Wailulu Bar and Grill was going to be that. So I thought what they were going to do was an open air concept, so that even if it rained, like they put those little viewing stations that are wide open in this tower. I thought there would be something underneath, not like a parking garage structure, but kind of, to have the luau so you could do it inside, partially inside, and out, you know. But they didn't. Kim says the problem with the poly and the old rooms, not the DVC rooms, or they're not though, Kim. They were all refurbed. Remember, they got the Moana refurb, so the non-DVC rooms are all updated as well. And now the studios, like the Polynesian studios, are more outdated. For me, the problem was with the poly is it didn't offer larger than the studios.
Options.
Right.
Yeah.
So larger. So the tower gives that option, but not looking like the old poly. You know, so if you need a bigger size, you can go and stay there. But I agree with you. They kind of missed the boat on several things, not putting a store there, not putting some aspect of a luau, you know.
Yeah.
Then they put in a gym.
Yeah.
Because people that were saying at the poly always had a Grand Floridian, but the Grand Floridian is literally right next door to the Island Tower.
Yeah.
And if I walk 10 miles in a day, the last thing I'm going to want is to go to any gym whatsoever.
I don't get the people when you wake up in the morning and there's people running in their workout clothes. You're at Disney. I get it. You're fit, whatever. Rub it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're better than I am, and that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Go down and a peanut butter cold brew. That's how.
And a peanut butter cold brew is right.
And I'm gonna walk 10 miles that day. Maybe half of that, but
speaking of refurbs, did you guys see anything on Bay Lake Tower rooms yet?
I did. It was either the 1 or 2 bedroom they put up on one of the sites, and I said to Mike, I really love the where the Murphy bed is. They have it's a castle picture there. I was like, oh, I love
all
that.
Mary Blair style art, and the you know, the studios are all that. So I've seen all the different rooms now. It was kind of like the best kept secret, you know. So they did half of the tower at Bay Lake. And it's funny because you could see the old rug and the new rug.
The rug, yeah.
So they have to finish the other part.
But
people are getting into these refurb rooms and they look really cute. So, you know,
I love Bay Lake.
Yeah, more of a reason for us to stay there in the future. And again, a points difference. But great, man. That was our 2025 Disney prediction show. I want to thank everybody all over the place on all these screens and out there in the media world, social media, for joining us. We had some new people join tonight, which is awesome. We had somebody talk about phones and coffees, but you know, I love when we try to get somebody tries to fish us while we're live. It's always great to see what's going to happen.
Hey, it looks like a view to us, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like, wait,
like you just helped us out, really.
You like coffee blend or Christmas blend? I'm like, of course I do. Are you stupid? It's good to get back in the swing of thing. We haven't had a show, and you know, we were supposed to do New Year's Eve, and then Kim and I were talking. We made plans with people, and then some people got sick, and then that fell through. And I was like, all right, should we do a show? And I was like, all right, no, we're just gonna hang out. But thank you, Lily, very much. Thank you for always joining. And thank you to Becky and Mike for hanging out with me tonight and chatting some Disney predictions. So we'll be back next weekend. We'll see what the topic is. Maybe we'll do best of 2024 or something. There's always a fun topic around the corner. But with that, I would like to say thank you to everybody for tuning in, and keep the lookout for everything else now that's Disney and DisneyNet Live. And hope everybody has a good rest of the night.
Thank you.
You got it. Thank you, guys. We'll see you all next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern.